Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank my son, Kamaa Barques, for doing a good job working the school and putting up our sign. Today I'm working on, today's workshop is for the intermediate and to the true beginners and intermediate people. Yesterday, SBF came in, and she wanted some information on tuning. So this is why I'm doing this today for all of the beginning students and intermediate students. They want to learn how to tune. Okay, they're not able to tune yet. What does it take to tune? Okay, first of all, to tune, what helps and what's important is you need to know the chromatic scale. Okay, it's C, C sharp D, D sharp E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A sharp B, and C. Write that down and memorize that, please. I'm doing monochromatic. I'm not giving you the flats. I'm just giving you the sharps. That's all that's pertinent at this point. The next thing you have to understand is the names of the 6 strings. So this is string 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The string closest to the roof, the fat string is E6. The skinny string close to the floor is E1. So you have a memory tool to remember the names. It's every animal does good before eating. Every animal does good before eating. What's the name of this 3rd string? G. What's the name of this 5th string? A. What's the name of the 4th string? D. What's the name of the 6th string? What's the name of the 1st string? What's the name of the 2nd string? Okay, so the next thing you want to do, now that you got that, you want to use a clip-on tuner, SNARK. You can get from Easy Music or Good Guys. I suggest you go to one of them. They're both very prominent people. My friend Clay from Good Guys, he passed away. He's my good friend. I always went to him. He's so nice. Okay, so you get a clip-on tuner, and then this is how you put it on like this. Please look, this lesson is for intermediate and beginners, people who never tuned before. Because Esbieta, who came in for her lesson yesterday, wanted to learn how to tune. So this is why I'm doing this video. So she knows exactly what it takes to tune. So number 1, clip-on tuner. Number 2, stretch your strings without breaking the strings. Stretch it out. The reason being because we have a problem with string slippage. The string wants to go back to its original state. The guitar is a tone-deaf instrument. It's not like a piano. A piano too, stays in tune longer than the guitar. And the string instruments likewise. You got to tune them up. Cello, ukulele. So stretch your strings. Okay, after you stretch the strings, then you want to tune to the snark tuner. So here's a low E. I'm going to tune to my mark E here. Here's an E. Here, over here. So when it's at 12 o'clock, then it's good enough, 12 o'clock. There's an A. See that yellow up there? That means it's sharp. Stretch the string. Now, what I want to show you here is the discrepancy. Is a D, is a G, B, and E. Okay. Now the reason I left the 0 there, and excuse me, after you strike the string with a rest stroke coming down here, you mute out the other strings so the machine understands more readily what pitch, what the frequency is, the energy. The frequency is energy. Okay, so now that I tuned this up, what happened is I fine-tuned to a G chord, which is a 6-string chord. That's why if I go back to this and I get the open strings in tune perfectly to that, my chord will be off. So I have to decide which is more important, my chord when I strike it or the open strings. If I tune to the open string, then my chord is off. Does that make sense? You want to tune to your chord, so when you play the song, you sound good. I learned that from Kalapana. You go to the concert, everybody hit the chord, and they listen. It's ear training. Okay, I interviewed Mackie Fury on Kika Tips when we had our Olelo Kika Tips. Fine tuning. Okay, the next one. Now that I fine tuned to a 6-string guitar chord, which is the G, I selected the G. Now, if I'm doing a song in C, I tune to the C, F, and G. If I'm doing a song in A, I'm tuned to the A, E, and B7. A, E, and A, D, and E7. For the G, it's G, C, and D. So I fine tune to the G, which is the 1 chord in the key of G. The subdominant of the bridge is C, the dominant is D. So here it is. Here's a G. Here's a C. Here's a D. Back to the G. Okay, once these three chords are in tune, then you can understand that you'll be able to play a song confidently in the key of G, because these are the 3 primary chords that make up a song. Basically, it's the G, C, and the D. Okay, so now we're moving on to ear training. Okay, for the ear training part, when you're tuning up to a 6-string chord, is here's a G. So once we get this in tune, then we know everything is pono, right? So you hit the G here, and you hit this G here, and you listen. If you have a flat response, it's in tune. If you hear a waver or beat, it's not quite in tune. Here's a G here. Okay, so the G's are in tune. And here's the next one is a B, listen. It's a major third, yeah? So here's a B and open B. Flat response. Okay, now what happens is as I speak, the guitar strings starts to go out of tune. When it's hot, the heat gets it out of tune. When it's too cold, the string contracts and it goes out of tune. When you're flying in the airplane, the cabin pressure knocks it out of tune. Okay, so the guitar is a tone deaf instrument. You got to tune it up every time. So never assume anything. Okay, so I did. So now that my B is in tune, I tune to the open B. So you hit the 2 strings simultaneously, and you listen for a flat response instead of a waver. If you hear a waver or a beat, then that means it's not quite in tune. Finally, okay, so I tune to the G, then the B, and now I'm going to fine tune finally to the E. By doing this, I've fine tuned my guitar, all 6 strings instead of just 1 or 2. Here's an E. E6 and E on the fourth string. E4 to the E on the 1st string. E. When I tune the G is on the 3rd fret 6th string to the open G on the 3rd string open. Then I hit the 3rd string open to the 1st for the G on the 3rd fret. Okay, then I did the B's based on this major 3rd, which sounds okay. So I hit the B, 1st finger on the 2nd fret to the open B on the 5th string. And there you have it, the clip-on tuner. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. And we'd like to thank you very much. Aloha. Ho'olohi, ho'oko, holo moa.